it should be quite thrilling here, as I think this is a better pairing, a better matchup than what we saw before today. Because before, you know, it was Fluffy Gangster just winning it out, no problem. Honestly, I didn't really think that it's going to be the upset from K-Team, but now I feel like both of these teams are real close. So I think it's going to be, again, a lot of fun to see how it goes. Pistol round starts off. And Adron will be looking to open up connector, the Beast Knight rather. Guardian, oh my god, wait, Guardian is playing for BC.Game, that's the coach, so playing with their coach, but I mean, look, if Guardian is gonna be playing, I feel that could be problematic. That's Sessanito to get Zello there. BC.Game open up strong. And this is a Nexus map pick, especially with them playing on the CT side now. Not exactly what they wanted out there. A huge triple from Kurtz really to shut it down. You know, you gotta maybe talk about Sessanito as well. You're not finisher, but hey man, Guardian, I'm just excited to see Guardian playing, to be honest. I don't know where this is going really with the Guardian on lineup. Last time I saw him playing for BC.Game, he came in as a stand-in, and he just absolutely demolished, and he was actually the one, you know, getting, I believe, a 3-piece. He clutched out like a 2v4, and, you know, got the victory. So, yeah, I would be a bit worried with Guardian playing. The OG, I mean, you guys know Guardian, you have to. Or you're like you've been watching, Pro CS just recently. One of the best oppers of all time, used to be. And then got some problems with carpal tunnel syndrome, I believe. So that kind of took him out of the game for a while. Now is a coach, which I think is a good role. Well, BC.Game are gonna choose to... I don't know why Sessanito hasn't bought up. Not sure what the plan is there. He stays on the dualies. Bit of a weird call. Actually, he'll be the one who will have to answer towards mid, where the players are just coming in from. But still, this is just Glocks on the other side. It shouldn't pose too many problems. I like the little double tss, you know, when he taps it. Looks cool. Flash comes in, but there's nobody on the other side. And now they actually know Sessanito's positioning off that flash, so you know that's something for you. Sessanito to fall, the MP9 on Lekro will get one. They jump across. Lekro's still good for two, but now they pick up the MP9. But oh my god, you know, talk about the man of the hour Guardian here. That nade. I know it's only Glocks, but I'm just excited to see Guardian play, man. This is a player I certainly love to see. He looks, is that like a real bottom of his body? That looks so weird. I think that might have just AI did, I don't know. That looks like a... He has lost a lot of weight, man, certainly. He looks like real fit right now. Well, I'll take it as it is. Maybe it's real, maybe not. What's real is that Guardian is certainly a force to be reckoned with, even if he's not really playing too much anymore, not playing at that tier 1 level. I mean, the skill remains there. Kurtz is gonna open up on Raga, and this is the rifle round. This is no more, oh, you know, it's up against Glocks, doesn't really matter. No. This is a very important round for Nexus, who right now are just really struggling to open up this game. I think BC.Game certainly the favorites of this matchup, even with Guardian playing. Like, you normally with the coach playing, like, that's a bad thing. Here, I don't even know. And Zello still gets a double. Oh my god, Zello! What is that, man? A 3-piece from the young Romanian. Just cracks open the site completely. An absolutely crazy triple from him comes in. Well, they're still being careful. They still look to clear out angles, which, I don't know, I feel like you could have planned it by now. I guess they want to be super... Oh, man. Oh, boy, well... I guess if the enemy can't eliminate Zello, and then the teammate will. That's such a funny one. Instinct. Sassanito will save regardless. Nexus do find recovery here, so, you know, that's good. First one found for Nexus. In a bit of a weird way, I mean, they actually find a way how to convert playing at quite a disadvantage at first. So that is quite exciting to see. Yeah, this 3-piece from Zello, I mean, the first, sure, the second, but the third spray transfer... Great. And now attack pause actually, so we'll have to hold on a little bit longer to wait and see who wins what. Sassanito has left the server. We obviously need him to play a decent game. So far, I don't know what really to say. I mean, BC.Game do get a strong opening with the pistols, but like the rifles, we haven't seen too much. I am excited to see Zello play. This guy is looking quite solid. 1.13 rating for him. I think he's actually the highest rated on his team. Yeah, ooh, the whole team is below 1 rating. And then Zello, the AWP player, as I'm told, the best rated by a landslide. Actually, that's weird, like, such a good rifle control. Sure, it could have just been a lucky round, but, hey man, I guess he might be just a hybrid, really. Maybe one of those players that, you know, plays with the AWP on the CT side, the AK on the T. I think that has become increasingly popular. Guardian's rating 2.1 is 1.40. In the last 3 months, he has played 2 maps, and in those 2 maps, he has absolutely destroyed. So, I mean, yeah, it's also not his real picture. Like, I'm looking at the one on HLTV, like, I'm sorry, Guardian, but, you know, there's, some problems, let's just say that. Certainly a legendary player. I mean, this guy has the scrolling achievement wheel on HLTV, which is like a big flex, you know. You have so many trophies that you have to scroll to see all of them. A legendary player for sure. Seems like he hasn't lost the passion for the game. Well, wait, Guardian is now showing as the main player on BC.Game. I'm not sure if this is... Because it showed him he was the coach like a week ago. I'm not sure if this is his comeback. Maybe he is playing for real now. I mean, that is quite crazy if he does. Really a team of old heads. Average age is 27 years. Who's the youngest? Quartz, perhaps? No, it's 22. I mean, no offense, but Guardian really, you know, drags down the whole team. And the average age rating-wise. Yeah, so they have two 23-year-olds, 22-year-old, and then Lecro and Guardian. Certainly some legends of the scene, some would say. Alright then, on we go. Our second rifle. Even, I don't know if you can call it that, like Guardian is on low buy, Quartz as well. Now Guardian's Deagle sure is mighty, but it's towards mid for now. Nexus are just looking to slowly but surely open up on that A site. Who's there to deny Electro? And Guardian, I suppose. So not really the best setup. But they actually just leave a player towards it and go back to B, which is a way better defended site. Quartz will lay down the molly as well. And time is an issue here for Nexus. Ooh, that smoke changes so many things, because you can't really wait it out. So, and with the setup towards long, you're just gonna have to push through it. There will be a flash. Molly actually, but still, 20 seconds. Molly gets thrown back. They have to go now. This has to be perfect. Guardian gets one. Lecro, meanwhile, has found the backstab, and I feel like Nexus really just dragged this out for too long. Now, there's no more going for anything. Oh my goodness, that is a fumble from Nexus. Zello still gets the frag, but yeah, they simply have no time. They lost the bomb as well. Like, that was a really bad round, to be honest, from Nexus. To be fair for BC.Game, like, they laid down that connector smoke at the perfect time, but, you know, when the thing that shuts you out of the round is a $300 utility, like, you're also making some mistakes. To be frank. So it'll be attack pause for BC.Game now, actually. I think they just gained some confidence after that round, and so maybe they want to hype themselves up. Not sure. I mean, so far it has looked good. Well, it's still a FAMAS in play, and this time it seems like Nexus want to go for the execute that was denied to them the last round due to the constraints of the time. And actually, ooh, that's gonna get nasty. Molly down. One frag I think is more than expected from Quartz there, but the site will be cracked open. Help has now arrived, but the smokes really do a good job at giving Nexus this one, although they blow it open. Prime Tabs gets one, they will get the plant. So 3v3 now, but look at BTN's position. Even though Electro gets this nade frag, surely, oh my goodness, no way. It's Zello and, well, no more. Try to read out his name, can't do that, but Zello on for the 1v3, can't do it either. BC.Game, what a crazy retake there. I thought that was Nexus round any day of the week, but well, that looks so strong. What's the guy's name that I couldn't read out? Siokar... Alright. We're gonna be having a field day. Siokardao, yes, this is how you pronounce it, let's hope so. Not really having struggles with anyone else. Sometimes when you cast a team for the first time, you're like, oh, I have no idea what that is, man. Siokardao, alright. Actually, I think my first match that I cast or Nexus play, maybe my second, but hasn't really been a team that, you know, with how much I'm casting recently, I've seen too much. So, opening showcase. I guess they don't have to prove anything to anyone, but not looking too good as now they're pushed back to just pistols. This being their map pick has started amazing for BC.Game. Big flash, Electros laid down the nade. And they should just keep pushing here. Oh, Raga gets a frag. Raga with the double. I can't believe this. The lower investment. BTN will overwhelm as well. And that's a side cracked open. And what's more, you have the player advantage. That's a fumble if you ask me from BC.Game. I said as good as they've started up. Well, I guess there will be some problems after all. Now, well, 2 rifles have been picked up as well. Like, this is a difficult retake to piece together. BTN does burn, so they know the positions of 2 of these players. With all 3 on site, I like how they're staying to play for refrags, and that frag decides it, doesn't it? BTN getting a crucial double, and prime taps will be eliminated as well. Nexus with 2, convert in the most unlikely of circumstances. Yeah, how does it fail? I guess bad timing on Guardian and, you know, then this overwhelm from BTN, but really, that's not a round you should be losing at all. A fumble on their part, really. And now the question starts to become, well, alright. Can they equalize it? BC.Game certainly did not get the chance to build up the economy, so they're gonna be left on a very bad buy here. And if they lose it, I mean, you know what's gonna be happening. They literally have $50 on 5 of them. $10 each. Split it amongst them. They're gonna try to be aggressive here, but that aggression will be punished by Zello, who, even though I'm told as the Opera has been doing amazing with the AK, I think really a hybrid Opera perhaps, you know, again. Maybe as we get to the second half, we'll see the big green being picked up more. Talking about the big green, hey, it's Guardian. You guys remember Guardian? Well, yeah, he's looking to... Oh, wait. Oh, he gets still eliminated, so the op will be the possibility to pick it up, and they do. Let's see if it is passed over to Zello. And that seems to be the call, sure. Honestly, I feel like you could just leave it up to Zello to play with the rifle with how crisp his aim has been looking so far. It is pronounced Sio Cardao, where you put like the weird thing on, I don't know how to pronounce that, eh? I appreciate it, but I don't think that'll be happening. And Zello, taken down with the up actually. Again, I feel like he should have just stayed on the rifle. Zadran will get the refrag though, and now Cesanito picks up the op. I feel like they could already be calling to save here, and that seems to be the call. I guess BC.Game feel confident at a point where, you know, they don't need to win every single one, go for every single one. They've gotten 4 CT set rounds, which is, I'd say, quite alright. And so they're not looking to, you know, be that aggressive. They're just looking to confidently get the amount of rounds that should be given to them. As this one will be converted. We'll be seeing an all equal scoreboard here. Nexus looking to attack A, which previously has been quite the call. And yeah, I feel like BC Game's defense, I mean, just look at it. This is a rifle round and the site is just given over for free. There is no contesting it right now. Sure, they try, but Cesanito falls and they look quite ready for the second. Lecro, oh my god, this play is insane from Raga. That was such a big call to blow open the smoke that he's standing in. And so yeah, A side a really big problem right now for BC Game. I feel like for one, they're not, you know, taking it aggressively. They're playing it, holding it quite passively. And so, just in every single department having huge trouble. Oh my god, the one, almost the second Quartz with the flash in. This is an attempt, 1v3. But shot missed. Who knows what is happening right there? Zello takes him down. This game starts to become a little bit goofy. I really heavily dislike those games. Hopefully, you know, this just becomes a more real game. That should have never been a possibility where he can line up two with just kind of slow walking in. A bit of an overlook for sure. But regardless, Nexus now from a 4-1 to a 4-5 and found 4 in a row. And all starts with just that small pistol buy. Smoke laid down, Zello gets a frag on Guardian, so the Opera is out. And I feel like the same faith really to meet the rest of the team here. Not exactly a force, at least they can buy in the next round, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to call it as for now. I feel like really I'll need to see the second half, because a good start from BC Game, sure, maybe the rounds they win are not rifle rounds. Whatever, they've gotten 4 on the CD side, like, oftentimes that is almost plenty, as Anubis has been quite quite T-sided recently. Actually, for BC Game, it's looking more equal than expected. 53% win rate on the T side. Let's see, maybe Nexus have a horrible CD side. And they kind of do. They have a 41% win rate on the CD side, so I still think, you know, once we get to the second half, things are gonna get close still. Nice find by Prime Taps there. What's bothering me a little bit more perhaps is the fact that Nexus are now on a 5-round streak. And BC Game, you know, I feel like they're really starting to lose some momentum, and what's more, they're probably feeling a little bit down on their luck. Like, I don't know, I feel like you just need a bit of a confidence heading into the second half. Gonna be looking to perhaps see what's happening towards A. That has been the one big problem for Nexus and for BC Game. And I mean, right now they just leave Guardian there to kind of fend off for himself. So when they do decide to go A, Guardian he'll have to hit the first shot. I think if he misses it, the side is cracked open. But instead, they're more looking to see what's cracking up towards B, I guess. And Smoke will push them off, which again, I think is a bigger problem, really. Like, you should be inviting them into B. At least on B, you could defend it. Look, like, they go A now? What? It's gonna be Guardian with the op? I mean, I know he's good. I know he's... You know, we've all seen what Guardian does. Weird timing, weird aggression as well. Quartz punished. And why did he push there? No idea at all. Well, Sanito gets the refrag and gets away. This is just a weird round. Just some shenanigans in this round, really. Guardian will be good for the kill, though. So, you know, that's a pickup at least. Now looking to head towards B. After all, it's the double op setup, which BC.Game have just pulled out of nowhere. That, you know, he's gonna get the frag. Sanito, again, you don't need to aggress there, but he still gets the frag. And so BC.Game do get the 5th on the board. One more round to go in this half. Looking a bit more alive, but honestly, this is just a goofy game, man. I mean, this is... not the game, really, I want to be watching at moments. Look, like, this is the last round and a half, so it doesn't matter too much anymore, but BC.Game, like, that A-side defense is looking so flimsy. I'm not sure what the idea is there, but, like, you've lost it twice with a perfect executor, you can't do anything, and you just leave... Like, A is completely open at this point. Like, if they just W-keyed A, this round would have been over. Instead, Zello is still gonna win in the Opera fight, and so only one Op remains on prime taps. They do look to crack open mid this time instead of A or B. Prime taps with a big frag on Adron, you can't deny it. Lecro, aim good for one, but the second won't be his. As Raga gets another, it's a 2v3 suddenly, and, well, that advantage that they had squandered. BTN trying to find Sanito at this point. Yeah, it's just gonna be Sanito. He still gets the frag, actually. Oh, nice attempt, but taken down. I don't know, Nexus with 7 on the board. BC.Game... Look, I think flimsy is really the best word. Like, I honestly just wanted to see what happens here. Technically, BC.Game maybe in a little bit of a... like, it depends on the pistol, really. I have to see the pistol first to make any kind of a call. There will be advancement towards A. CR Cardao with 1, 2. My boy wants more. Like, see what I mean? You see what I mean when I say this is a flimsy game? This is just a... not the tier of CS that perhaps we expected here. Like, how does CR Cardao remain alive there? How? Like, he gets a double, and, well, I don't even have to explain it, you just saw it there. Like, look at this. Okay, the first, sure, the second, sure, and now, like, no, out of bullets, trying to get away, somehow, he remains alive. I mean, that's a well-deserved 8th on the board for Nexus. Like, BC.Game really not playing their best game right now. Maybe it's because they're playing with the coach, but you can't even blame Guardian. I mean, this guy is in the middle of the scoreboard. One of the weirder rounds I've seen in the pistols, I think. Oh my goodness, Guardian, stop it. He even tags up the second, I think, through a wall. It could have been an insane double headshot. My guy is just fragging out right now. But still, this should be nothing more than that. As Zello finds one, Guardian unaccounted for. Should have looked that way. I mean, he knew where the first frag came from. You know, Prime Taps has upgraded into a FAMAS. You know, if there's one hope, maybe it's with the FAMAS, but no, still MP9 grips it. But they do get the plan. Help arriving quickly. They simply don't hear this. It's weird. Okay, well, Guardian is gonna go down. Same as Quirts and Lecro. Yeah, 3 Deagle kills in this round. But Nexus get the 9th. And really, like, BC.Game, like, they're given chances. They're given plenty of chances. Like, converting them just... for one, seems to be an issue for them, and for two, they get in some real weird predicaments at times where it's like, how do you what? How does that happen, guys? Well then, 9-5 is going to be the scoreline. I said I have to see how the pistol and the secondary go. Well, at this point it's 9-5. Sure, Nexus only have a 41% win rate on the CD side of this map, but this being their pick, I kind of feel like they're really the favorites here. The big rifle comes up for BC.Game though. They need to convert this one. They lose this, it's over, but it's this aggression from Nexus that grants them the first. Necro with a nice refrag. Now BC.Game looking to take mid with speed. Actually, if they go for the A split here, it's gonna be very tough for Hadron to do it all. So help is gonna arrive towards mid. They're smoked off towards long as well, so what was once a very good positioning and a very good chance to just execute A has now turned into a rather bad one. Meanwhile, Kurtz is spotted towards long. They exchanged some bullets with Zello, but no HP actually taken away. So round becomes a little bit of a standstill. Electro still holding this angle. We'll just get some damage in. Oh, well, that's a kill though. That's actually a big one. 30 seconds on the clock though. You gotta make your call soon. And seems like the call will be B, which is actually way more heavily defended. Now they know about Zello, but do they know about the other player, BTN? Well, he shows his presence with a kill on the board. There's gonna be only one, so surely not this one, right? BC.Game plant. Hadron arrives on site and finds one. Now, a lot of angles to be isolated here, and no util is the bigger problem. If he could just throw a smoke or two, you know, that would be a good start, but I'm gonna tap the bomb. Are we... yeah, okay. Kurtz does... I don't know, I'm really on the edge in this match. I feel like BC.Game making so many mistakes. Are they deaf? Yeah, I mean... I guess you guys now see that round where they just get W keyed from behind and nobody sees it. Alright, maybe this game has a little bit more life. I mean, I love that they're able to convert, and well, what's more, it actually puts Nexus in a very peculiar situation where they only have USPs. So, for the cost of one, they really get two out of this. Probably not a unicorn round, probably somebody gonna go down here, prime taps. Surely you clear this, well, you don't have the clear if they peek right into your crosshair. That's it. 7th on the board for BC.Game. I guess they still won that 2-0, but Nexus, to be honest, I'm getting maybe just a tad bit worried, because again, their CT side, just a 40% win rate on it. You know, it could get ugly a little bit quick. And also, we have to pay attention to the fact that, like, their cash is low, so if they lose this round, it's 9-9, and, you know, that last bonus is not going to help them out too much. Nice molly right there. We'll see if Nexus takes a CD. I mean, again, Anubis is T-sided, especially Nexus is Anubis. Like, literally, their HLTV stats point to the fact that's crazy that Draga remains alive there for as long as he does, but still taken down. Now, Sio Cordao, well, this is definitely hurt. He tries to get away. Oh my god, that's an insane insta-headshot on prime tabs. BTN finds one as well. Not too bad. Zello finds another, and hey, I mean, this is a great round right there. This falls apart for BC.Game. And previously, I, you know, blamed them, flamed them a little bit. Like, hey guys, you know, you really should have won that or done that or converted that. I mean, this one, This one really, I'd say, is deserved for Nexus. They saw the chance and they took it. Like that is nasty, man. You know, that instant dink of the MP9. Good lord. Spare me. Well, Lecro gets a headshot on Zello as well. Looking rather good right now. Not too many problems posed. So where to? BC.Game, they've gotten Zello eliminated, and that's the star player together with BTN. They've been doing so much for Nexus. And as the call is to go, I mean, BTN, talk about a star player, he has to do it all here, really. Be holding, flashed off the angle. So A side has fallen. I think this is the safe call, you know, quickly as that. One impact frag. Zello falls and that's it. I mean, bad positioning too. Didn't call the correct stack. I feel like this really becomes a game of how much can you really hold on to, because like so little has to be done here by Nexus. Just 3 rounds, like it doesn't seem like a lot, but in the bigger scheme of things, like BC.Game's momentum is undeniable. And the fact that they'll keep picking up rounds is undeniable at a faster pace than you for sure. So I think if you're Nexus, you really just have to ask yourself the question, well, where can we really sprinkle in those couple of rounds that we win? Like they done very well to convert the pistol. That was huge. I feel like, you know, if they lose the pistol, this is probably already over. The problem really is their cash. I mean, that 4-player save maybe helps it a little bit. Ultimately, this will be difficult. Ooh, the boost, but Guardian now no, and they'll try to just entry mid ASAP, and Sessanito gets Adron. That's a huge pickup. That cracks open mid. And so now they have free reign. I mean, they lay down a smoke as well. Ooh, but Zello and Seo Cardao do find their refrags. That is huge. That shifts the favor to them again. Although Guardian with the frag, and now the A site still in question. Weird timing, but they all just get eliminated. BC.Game on a mad tear right now. Guardian, the one to do it all. This guy has played 2 games on HLTV in the last 3 months as the coach, and he's on 1.41 rating. Is this the comeback we've been waiting for is the question. As, I mean, on this map, I'm gonna share the top frag with Lecro, but his skill is undeniable. I mean, you can't take the dog out of him, really. The former tier 1 player still playing real strong. Well, just a round game now. And Nexus are put on the pistols, so this really starts to look like a game that gets converted. Rather easily. pistol should pose no problems. Might get the... Ooh, prime tabs. Careful there, buddy. You're gonna lose your life. But even with the pickup, I mean, they're just looking to still take B. Actually, this gets a little bit weird. Like, now rotations are gonna be coming in. This is gonna be an execute on a fully stacked site. Sassanito still gets one. But the problem is rotations are there, and... Oh my goodness, no way they're doing this like this. Sassanito gets a frag. 2v2 now. Lecro still with another, but this gets real dicey real quick. This should not have been as close. And still, BTN is in a position to find a low beat Sassanito. So just a 1v1 now up against Lecro. He knows that he was somewhere nearby, but Lecro is able to shut him down. Man, is that a close round. Nexus... make no mistakes really, but I think BC.Game definitely do. They should have pushed B as quickly as possible. Sure, the smokes denied it, but I was just not confident at all. Now, I'll equal on the scoreboard. BC.Game, after all, looking to take away Nexus's map pick. Well, big rifle round for sure. Nexus, this has to be where it happens. Weird timing. Oh, from bad to worse for Nexus as Prime Tabs gets prime headshots there. Prime opportunity really to convert. Peaks at the prime time. I don't know how many more do I have to say here. A very nice play by him. So now just a 3v5. And this looks rather impossible to convert, to be honest. At this point, you're just looking to save, really, because, like, look at the cash as well. Even with the loss bonus, like, you don't really have a big chance to buy in the next one, so you just gotta save. So this game now becomes, this round now becomes not a game of converting, just a game of hide and seek, really. Trying to survive for as long as possible. Well, this is the A-side defense now. Well, what are we doing here? But like, I don't know, I feel like BC.Game, with good as how they've been playing, like they're really drawing out the time here. Same as the last of the pistols, like that gets real close because they're just unwilling to really aggress too much. I get it, it's a slow winding down playstyle. Just gets a bit risky at times. Prime Taps finds one with the kill, and now looking for the second. The aggression denied by Raga. So just Zello left alive with the op. He's gonna be holding the angle. Oh my god, Prime Tab's just doing it all right now, man. One gets taken down, so Ace denied. But the op is eliminated, and BC.Game now for a long time have not felt the taste of victory, as now they take the lead. I think they're really just armed and dangerous here. They eliminate all the weaponry from Nexus as well, so I mean, just look at their side, you know, no buy left really. Man, does this look real bad real quick. What is... Huh? Oh, that was the frag on Prime Taps. Okay, I thought it was the next round. But we're still waiting for this. Maybe 5-7s all across the board. You miss Guardian playing on tier 1? Me too, man. One of my favorite players of all time. Unfortunately, a quick retirement, but now he looks to be playing again. Huh? Okay, Raga still will get taken down, but Lecro finds a refrag. So the Romanians not too far away from being eliminated from their map pick. What? 3-2-2 Nexus are terrible? I mean, when you say it like that, I wouldn't say so actually. I think just BC.Game is the better team in this matchup. Although they have been making plenty of mistakes. I feel like the reason why this game is even so close is because BC.Game have, you know, just done have had a lot of problems, a lot of issues. But heading into the late stages of this game, those issues become smaller and smaller as they're able to put the 12th on the board. Yeah, that's a little bit sketchy. Sassanito still got the frag, sure refragged, but ultimately nicely done. And well, now map point for BC.Game. Next up will be... Their map picked us too, but to be honest, the whole map pool is really 50-50 for both teams. One more round's all it takes. BTN will be the first one to deny it, but again, the raw aim really on the side of BC.Game is just winning it out. I mean... That's a struggle here for Nexus. So many of these tier 3 games come down to just raw aim, and when you have good aim on the T side, surely not Lecro. No, he's not gonna pursue that idea. Yeah, but I mean, when the aim is better, you win most of the time. Raga, though, does a good job. Finds one, Zello with another. Yeah, the usual forces them out, but at least they find a player advantage. Meanwhile, Lecro looking for this rotation. It's nowhere to be found. But it also means that, you know, A side is cracked open. BC.Game have not committed towards B, so Lecro is gonna have an incredible positioning here, as surely he doesn't want to push further. I feel like he should there, right? Like, he'll just surprise everyone. I feel like if he stays there, he'll get pre-aimed. Well, it's gonna be a risky engagement. Never. Oh, timing is everything. Lecro trying to get away, just wants to play it safe, and that smoke is huge because two of them want to come from CT. So that just really isolates them. They have to push through it. Ooh, but Sassanito's positioning so good for the double. And now those last two players smoked off. Still push through it. Lay down a smoke of their own. Adron finds one. Ooh, well done. Wait on. Theo Cordell finds another. And Sassanito left for the 1v2. Finds the first, but the defuse is coming in. And with the kit, Adron does extend play. That's around. Nexus had really very little business converting, but somehow they still win out the 2v3. It's risky. It's not confident, but it's the 11th on the board. And so with them extending play, maybe overtime isn't the cards here. Not sure. Like, well, we'll have to see how this round goes. Problem is that BC.Game have looked so dominant on these T-side rifle rounds that, you know, finding one round, sure, but you gotta find two. Like, the odds are really gonna be stacked up against your favor. BC.Game are just running and killing. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what tier 3 is 80% of the time. Just W keying with the rifles. This position, well, this time not cleared properly. Raga gets the frag. So actually player lost for BC.Game. And they smoked them off as well. Oh man, it could be one of those games, one of those teams just struggle closing out. I don't know what the idea here is, really. Rotations now made all towards A. I mean, this is a rather terrible call. They... Oh, Guardian! Gets away, only one for prime taps. So, a 2v4 now has to be converted. Lecro trying to piece this puzzle together. They just gotta go B. This would be the perfect call. Timing, Sassanito gets it. And so B could be, well, is completely open. And actually, Lecro might now hear the backstab coming. Oh my god, he might... Ooh, did he get hurt? I don't think so. He's gonna have incredible timing here. If he just goes... He needs to do it now, waiting for this as well. Sassanito with the molly. And so do they expect the backstab? No, they don't. 24 on the clock. Lecro could just find a completely open bomb site here. They're not going to be expecting this at all, but Sassanito is disconnected. Such weird timings as the bomb plant is going to be found. Sassanito moves towards A. We see a repeat of the previous round. How is this possible? Zello now understands, but I think the rotation is heard, and Sassanito, well... Are they aware of the too long setup? Zello's op is there as well. Lecro waits. He does not have to worry about cameras, so the only two places these players could be is really long. This should be the kill on Zello, right? Like, this is an impossible angle to clear. Weird timing. Zello gets it. No, why did Lecro peek it? Zello with the double, and we're going overtime, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I mean that BC.Game are just struggling right now. Like, they are the better team of this best of 3 of this matchup for sure, I agree. But a lot of mistakes made in this game. And even though it looks like they at least find a way to deny it for a while, overtime will be needed. And now that gets real shaky, because now Nexus have picked up the momentum. Don't think they're looking to just throw it away. So, attack pause rather for now. We'll be waiting this one out. Time for BC.Game perhaps to reflect on things. I mean, this has not gone the way how they wanted it to go at all. Struggle to close out, even though they make a nice start. It's always Nexus just fighting back a little while. Yeah, an incredible attempt there by Nexus to force the overtime. And this being their pick, I mean, I feel like they understand that if they lose this, it's gonna be huge trouble heading into Dust 2. So, at least they want to secure their map. Again, ultimately the map pool still favors the side of BC.Game, like, you know, huge underdogs here, Nexus. And I know that sounds weird for me to say it, because Nexus are actually ranked in a better position than BC.Game are right now, but you know, just from the performances I've seen recently, I think BC.Game are the favorites. Ooh, BTN will open things up. It's a nice pickup on the CT side. Sassanito falls. Now that T side that once looked so good for BC.Game, well, it's starting to struggle, or rather, Nexus have really picked up the pace. And they figured out a way. Alright, Guardian. Well, just blown out of the equation there, really. Trying to get on site. This gets a little bit weird, it's just difficult timings, really. Molly laid down. Util as well. 25 seconds, like, you gotta go for this. This execute has to be perfect, but there's a crossfire setup. BTN. Yeah, it's just gonna be easy pickings, isn't it? BTN with a 3-piece in this round. The quad. Headshot is nasty. And 13th on the board for Nexus. And again, I feel like at this point, you know, the tides have shifted. BC.Game, they're not able to close out. Nexus pick up some momentum. They understand better how to play the CT side. And BC.Game just looked a little bit deflated, like they're not really going for the plays perhaps they should be going for. Not playing with confidence. I think that's the biggest thing here, really. Like, confidence just seems to be gone in a sense. What are we setting up for? What is happening here? B execute, huh? Well, let's see it then. Really, let's see how it goes. Instead, they're slowly walking out. Raga, what? How would... Yeah, he finds a frag now, and there's no refrags. Like, this is weird from BC.Game. Like, Cesanito falls, there's the opper, but he's not going to overcommit. You know, refragging with the op is difficult, really, when you have the beacon angle. So, again, 30 seconds, and they have made not a single move, really. Like, they'll have to execute with time being constrained as well. Now, the util will be laid down as well, so... Shutout of B side, there's no way they can go B. The call has to be A then. 15 on the clock though, and BT, and this has to be his round. Oh, he lines them up, it's damaged. 12 on the clock, bomb eliminated. Kurtz, oh, taken down as well, and that's it. That's the bomb fallen, so they can't do anything. BC.Game, I don't want to say throwing, but just not playing how they should be playing here. Making so many mistakes. It has been the theme of the whole game. Like, they really haven't showed up with confidence, let's just say that. And now Nexus, you know, now they're feeling confident. They've gotten a 4-round streak. They pushed the overtime, now gotten 2 on the CT side, which is huge, you know. CT side rounds don't grow in threes. It's not easy to get them, so... As they convert those, last round of the half, I mean... Prime taps is on a deagle. The buy is not the best either. I don't exactly want to call it a low buy, it's not, but it's not looking too good right now. They're just scrambling for answers really on this T side. Like we saw in the previous 2 rounds, it's like 25 seconds on the clock, and they're like, well, A, B, and we don't really know. Playing really slow, hoping that Nexus will overcommit and peak so that they can punish, but this reactive gameplay, this reactive game style, been looking real dry right now. Doesn't work at all because Nexus are playing the same game, and you know, they're like, man, you want to wait? Let's wait. We don't have to go anywhere. And again, I mean, it's 50 seconds on the clock. They're not even close to executing, really. I wouldn't say that I'm disappointed. I'm just... surprised by this performance. Again, 25 seconds, like, this execute has to be perfect, and the thing is, there's so much util on the side of Nexus, that, like, they can just, you know, lay down the molly, make this so difficult to execute. Zello gets one, they get overwhelmed, the deagle gone, 15 seconds, and you're not even on the site, as Cesanito burns down Zello. It's everyone eliminated. I don't know what I'm seeing right now, man. BC.Game just threw this game out of the window. Yeah, there's very little communication. What's more, like... this is 3 times now. Sure, 1 round goes that way. Okay, well, maybe next time we should fix that. Maybe next time we should have an attack plan. No, 2nd round goes the same way, and the 3rd goes the same. So now, with a 5-round streak for Nexus, and BC.Game really struggling to put anything meaningful and tangible on the board, this, you know, could be over in a minute 30. Looking real bad for BC.Game right now. Having a lot of trouble converting. And their plan is to walk through a smoke, which, oh my goodness, not like this. But that's how they, you know, start making the comeback, huh? Now Nexus make a huge mistake. Why would you walk through the smoke ever? I don't get the play. There was no flash in either, I guess, you know, the surprise element, but... okay. It's gonna be one of those matchups, huh? It's gonna be one of those matchups where... just... mistakes made all across the board, and it becomes a game of who makes less mistakes, not who plays better. Nexus for now can't really flame them for too much, but this round is just a real bad call. Probably the reason why you don't see plays like this in Tier 1. Just very low chance of converting when you just slow walk through a smoke. Gun barrel is gonna be seen way before you even get vision coming out of the smoke, and so at this point just running down the time isn't Zello. Bomb has been dropped. Just come on, let's get this one over with. Oh, he's spotted now. And that's Prime Taps finish things off. Surely not. Surely not. We don't see 2 overtimes here, right? Yeah. We'll have to see how this round goes. Look, I think that was a really dumb play by Nexus, and even though BC.Game made a dumb play on the T side and then continued to do it for 2 more, I don't think they're looking to watch. Are we? Surely we're not going through the smoke in mid this time. And that's not the call, so they remain mysterious really here. Raga, ooh. A bit of an aggression, but we'll have early info. Trying to clear out towards mid. Nobody's home towards mid, but it's a heavy A stack. 3 towards it. Lecro playing as the messenger about mid. But I think Nexus have found a perfect position to go towards, haven't they? Like, this splits the map in 2 for 1. For 2, they just gain map control, get information. Guardian, that's a difficult angle to hit. If they slow walk into him, maybe, but instead they're looking to flash him off the angle. Oh my god, Guardian still gets Zello. And now, mid control is known, mid presence is known. Guardian, weird timing. Oh my god, but he rips the head off of BTN. I cannot believe this. This game is just lagging on, really. So many times where you should have closed out, you can't. And now Lecro gets another Anadron, and we're going down to the wire here. CT side, huh? The side that you can't convert rounds on? Well, it's looking to be 6 round streak for the CT team in this overtime. The T attack's looking so dry. Just nothing put on the board, really. I mean, Guardian doing so good. That's an insane shot. That's a tilter. And again, this attack just looking rather flat. Now, attack pause called by Nexus. Certainly think a lot of things to think about here. Alright then, how much more left in the tank is the question. Trying to tap away, find an opening someplace, somewhere, somehow. Smokes will delay further action. I don't know what's happened to these T sides, man. They look so dry. There's 2 Deagles on Zello and Sior Cardao as well. They're looking to execute towards a shot missed by Guardian. Last time he was the hero. This time can't guard the site. But Sassanito still gets one on Adron. They're looking to push through. Molly to force them out. A lot of damage. All three players on the other side. They just look take A by force. Lecro has found a good positioning. Prime taps with the nade kill. But oh, look at this from BTN. He finds one. Wants to look for more. This is just chaos. All players on the site. 3v3. Sessanito finds another. Prime taps with another. We're going to another overtime here, it seems. You cannot make this up. Can't separate these two teams. A flawless CT side for both, which ultimately is the craziest thing here. I don't know what's happening anymore, man. Well, I guess we'll have to, you know, just wait and find out. Play another one here. I'm not too excited for double overtime just because both these teams have been doing so many mistakes. Like, it was a close game where, you know, tensions are high and, you know, everyone is performing so well, but really, like, you can't make it up where BC.Game makes so many big mistakes that they cannot convert a single T-side round, can't even get on a bomb site in a single T-side round. And then Nexus kind of does the same. The battle of the flat attacks. Run down Sessanito. It's a nice play to deal, I believe, 200 damage there. Gets the kill and leads them down to 50 each. But still, you know, this is no attack. This is nothing really. They're still kind of waiting it out. Just so flat here. Like, trying to be real careful, but it simply doesn't work out. The slow and, I don't even know if you can call it collected game style doesn't give them anything. So again, like 25 on the clock, looking to go towards B, but this execute has to be perfect, and there's util to be laid down as well. That's a big problem. Like, when you try to execute with so little time and there's still a molly, you're gonna have nades chucked at you. Adron still gets a frag. Quartz burns down BTN, but the time is of issue here. Adron gets a frag, but they still have not planted, and oh my god, Prime Tabs does it. It's BC.Game on 16, and Nexus, I can't exactly say that they deserve to convert that round. It's the same plague, I can't believe it. 7 rounds in a row, it's just the same issue plagues everyone here, which is not getting anything on the T side, waiting it out until the last second, and then, you know, this happens time and time again. Can we just see a fast push? I feel like you'll have better odds, at least you'll have time on your side. Unbelievable scenes right now as BC.Game take the lead for the first time since regulation time, really. Alright then, attack pause now. It does end. As we resume. BC.Game really have to win out this matchup. And they would love to. They're playing on their opponent's map pick. Next up will be Dust 2. I mean, they'll have a chance to convert 2 to 0. Flash comes through. Adron tries to find the frag, but nade will be laid right back. Timing. Timing is a little bit weird there. But again, like, nothing. Just no movement. I do not understand. Hadron will fall. Guardian gets one with the op as well. And this is just dry peeking into angles with no refrag possibilities right now. Nexus, they're really fumbling the bag right here. Like, this is not how they got to the overtime either. Like, they got to overtime. Nice spray down there by Sessanito. They got to overtime by actually pushing, by actually making plays. But instead, now it has felt completely flat for a couple of rounds now. For many of them, really. And, I mean, BTN just, I don't know, looking to save, I guess. You have 12 HP. Looking for the frag. Taken down. 17th on the board for BC.Game. A game of mistakes, really. And for now, Nexus making more. But we have to remember, this has now been 8 rounds in a row won by the CT side in overtime. 8. And Ubis is a T-sided map. Like, this is just crazy. Go through the smokes. Sanito gets one, but at least some life in the attack of Nexus, as they're gonna be pushing a little bit more in this round. Overwhelmed, Guardian can't hit the shots, but Lekro can. Has been having an amazing game, but now has to do even more as the players are arriving from long. He's just not ready for them, was too worried about camera. So Nexus will find the bomb plant here. Last round of the half, you gotta go for this. Surely not a 2v3, right? Surely you don't make this mistake. Raga with a good positioning, sprays one down. So prime taps, eliminated as well. A 1-round game. BC.Game certainly doing well on the CT side, but this is the 9th round is the first where a T side converts around. So yeah, just a lot of questions in the air right now for me. I ultimately want to see how this second overtime goes. Like, surely BC.Game, after they make 3 mistakes in a row on the T side, 3 rounds where they just wait out time and don't push and don't do anything, surely you get a bit more aggressive in this round, right, BC.Game? Like, you go for an execute before you have 20 seconds to play with. I don't know, I'm a little bit enraged by this map. Hey, there you go, that's a push. That's some life, and that's Lekro with a double. Alright, so they do crack open the bomb site, and now Lekro has advanced so far towards CT that BTN is found. Aim adjusted in due time. Zello tries to push through the molly. I don't even know what I'm seeing anymore, man. Like, this is just a crazy game. Nexus, they force overtime, they do so well to force the double overtime, but just so many problems. 18-16. 2 more rounds to go. Well, we've seen a 3-round comeback from BC.Game. Now let's see if we see that comeback from Nexus here. That's really the only thing I can say right here. At least BC.Game have gotten more aggressive, like, who would have thought, really? Well, players exchange, CO Cardao and Quartz die. The 2 lowest performing players in this matchup. setting up to execute towards B, but 45 seconds, we've seen this mistake before, and actually Nexus are calling the perfect play here, like, and there's nobody on A, they don't need anyone on A, it's gonna be the B attack. Zello, well, if they dry peek this, should just be the frag, peeking into it, Zello gets a frag on Guardian, and now the B attack is coming through. Molly's in there as well, Flash is big, Raga gets the frag, Lekro to fall, bomb plant. They just tap it, they fake it, but oh my god, Zello doing it all right now. 1v3 for prime taps, no time left really. He finds one, but only the one. As Zello gets the double there, it's gonna be 17 to 18 on the scoreboard. And why do I feel like this could be triple overtime, man? Why is there just an inkling feeling for me right now that this could really be going the distance? Way further than we expected. Well, another chance for BC.Game to convert then. They couldn't do this in regulation time. This time it's this setup. Playing anti-flash. Zello gets one with the op. It's a nice find by the P90 out of all weapons. And they're just going for the quick push. So, yeah, I can't believe there's a P90 and they evacuate the site. Oh my goodness, they're doing it with the P90. P90 entries, guys. That's how this game might end. Absolute madness. Smoke laid down now as well. I mean, this was a round that BC.Game struggled to convert once before. We'll see if that's the case again. Util comes in. The problem really is the time here for Nexus. Like, they have to push through the Util or find a different avenue to attack this. Just prime taps with the P90. Is probably gonna ending this, right? Like, there's 15 seconds, shots missed by Zello, and that is gonna be it. The double overtime decides it. BC.Game after all. Alright then, Dust 2 is where we'll see our second game. The first one really takes its sweet time, as we saw almost triple overtime. BC.Game were at last able to convert on their opponent's map pick, and now we get to a stage where they could just convert their map pick, advance to the semis, play up against K27 tomorrow. But with the way how Nexus were holding on, I mean, there's still a rather big possibility this goes the distance. It's hard to tell, really. It's hard to tell. We also have to remember that, you know, the first game, I wouldn't exactly call it a masterclass of, you know, skill shown in CS2. That second game, really just so many mistakes made on both sides. So let's hope this one is better, as BC.Game are gonna get the opening frag on Quirds. The pistols, they really have a proclivity to convert pistols. So far 2 for 2, looking to take the third as well. BTN on site to deny it, but as Guardian and Prime Tabs gets the frags, it's only Adron left alive. And he gets overwhelmed a little bit. Gets taken down. And we shall see. First on board for BC.Game. So 3 for 3 in the pistols. Looking solid in that department. But we'll have to see if that continues to be the case. I mean, what we saw, you know, in the first game, with them just struggling so much to close out rounds, to close out games. Really seemed like there were problems left, right, and center. This doesn't exactly scream an easy conversion. This round should be, though. I mean, they're literally up against the USPs. As I say that, Adron gets a frag with the USP. They still look to run down Lekro. Oh my god, oh my goodness, they're doing it. They get a double out of there. How? How does that happen? Wait, was that? Oh no, the bomb is towards long. Okay, so at least the bomb is not lost. Zello gets a double. Guardian for more, but somehow it's a 2v2. And they've picked up the scout and the AK. I can't believe this from BC. See what I mean? like, the first game goes this way as well, where BC.Game are the better team, and even in situations where they have the upper hand, they just struggle quite a lot there. Guardian stays aggressive, but oh my god, there's just gonna be Guardian in the 1v2, and he's overwhelmed, he can't connect those shots, and Nexus convert the second round. This was just USPs, man. BC.Game, what's happening? I don't know, like, maybe it's I don't want to blame Guardian too much, maybe it's because Guardian is playing, but the communication is not there. I mean, that's that horrible round to lose, and what's more, it gives great cash boost to Nexus, who just went full eco, and what's more is that BC.Game are now put back on a force, actually, which, you know, will most likely be the 3-1 then. This is horrible. Raga to get the frag on Cesanito. And, you know, one by one that force just falls apart. Oh boy, BC.Game. Cannot believe they lose up against 5 USPs. There was so little investment out of side of Nexus, and somehow it works out. Brother me. 50 seconds, I mean, they're gonna try to take B here, but it should be rather impossible. Oh, we saw this on Anubis in the second half, just on the T side, nobody making the first move, nobody aggressing at all. Seems like the same is gonna be true here. Lekro is gonna get the opener on a drone. Oh, not. What is this game, man? This whole best of 3 is just. It's such a big fall. Like, you see what I mean? Like, this is just. It looks like a Faceit level 5 lobby, I'll be honest. On both sides, so many mistakes. I don't know what has bitten them today. I like this positioning from Lekro, though, but he's gonna be one. You see, oh my goodness, no, they don't spot him at first because their op was there. Like, this is just the weirdest game I've seen all month. I can't believe Lekro gets a frag out of that. The Deagle is not hitting anything, and well, even after everything that has transpired, Nexus will get the defuse, although they lose 3 rifles in this. I'm waiting on BC.Game, man. This is one crazy game for sure. And I don't mean that in a good sense. Like, I feel pain sometimes watching what's transpiring here. BC.Game now, because of that force in the previous, set back to a hero AK on Cesanito and the rest on just Deagles and Glocks. But at least they were able to find that first round on the board. And the pistol still. This is just a hard reset, really. Well, let's see what that one AK can do. I wouldn't be too surprised if they convert this round. Like, everything we've seen, man. I'm just scared. Well, just gonna be delayed here. As soon as the smoke fades, we'll push out. No, waiting for that smoke. And there we go, it fades. It is a nice setup though. As I say that, we've seen... yeah, that's one way to open up the site, I guess. Zello has been quite good with the off. Certainly the star player for Nexus. But him not over-aggressing also means that the bomb plant will be given. So BC.Game off of 2 Glocks and 2 Deagles will get the plant. Seems like that will be it though. Cesanito arrives with a late backstab, so He'll get one, but it's not planned for him. They can just get on the defuse, and so, you know, he'll just go for the save with the AK. Oh, third on the board for Nexus, but I really don't know what's, you know, what else awaits us here in this game. It's one of the crazier ones I've seen so far. Just madness, just chaos all across the board, really. Oh, this aggression from Lekro could be good. Maybe Zello with the frag, actually. So Quartz falls, first rifle round, and guys, like, just take a breather, take a chill pill. This is insanity what I'm seeing right now. So many common mistakes made, you know, put a jumping, flying M4 kill on Guardian there as well. And somehow that will be the fourth on the board for Nexus. And this being a full buy, I mean, BC.Game, even with the full round loss bonus, I think they should maybe be able to buy. It's certainly not too much. Well, that's it. Adren with the frag. No, attack pause called for BC.Game. I certainly feel like they need this. Like, things have not really been going how they wanted them to go. And so, gotta call the breather here. Gotta just relax a little bit, perhaps. This has just looked tough, man. Ooh, well, that's a pickup on Zello. He's been doing such a good job with the op. And seems like that tac pause, I mean, they called it a weird time as well, but yeah, it just doesn't change anything really. Gonna be the 5 on the board for Nexus, a rather fast start here and no denying of it really. Thing just becomes even more difficult now. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, very solid game from Nexus here. Like, they're not making mistakes that BC.Game are making. Now we head back to another rifle round. It's another chance for BC.Game to show us why they picked this map, because the T side has been looking so dry as of recent. Surely they can find an answer, right? It's a nice shot from Cesanito, so at least he gets the first, but again, timing is weird. Guardian with the refrag. But now BTN, well, it's gonna have easy. It's gonna be so easy for him to eliminate Lekro, who's on low HP and pushing alone. Like, I don't get this game anymore, man. Prime Taps will get BTM though. The double, okay, well, Prime Taps really lives up to his username. Prime triple taps there, and that is gonna convert the second, but still, I'm just a tad bit worried. Well, alright then. Another rifle round, but the cash is looking so good for Nexus. Like, they won with USBs only in the second, so, you know, obviously the cash is gonna be there for days. And so that's really what you gotta deal with here. You gotta deal with a situation where you gotta convert up against rifles for many rounds now. Like, the mistakes made at the start really come back to bite them in a big way here. It's really not what they were looking for, but it is what they have got, and so you now have to see, are they good enough of a team to just, you know, come back from this? Because it's no easy feat. Like, even with this being your map pick, you're still at a huge disadvantage right now. And if we know one thing is that Nexus, they like to hold on to things. I mean, they were just not willing to give up Anubis for quite some time. Finally, when they caved in, don't think they're looking for a repeat on Dust 2. Quartz will get the opening frag though. That's a pretty big one. Now, BC.Game looking to execute towards that short position. Raga just finds Lekro out of the blue, really. As he falls, ooh, it's Sesanito and Quartz with still the frags. 2v2 now. Smoke's laid down. And then we'll have to cross. It's 15 seconds on the board, and the positioning of Zello is real good right there. Well, they didn't spot him. Oh my god, Quartz gets a headshot, so it's just a 1v2. Do you push through the smoke? Yeah, you do, but Sesanito will be ready. BC.Game to put the third on the board. Man, is this game just not confident. This is the opposite of confidence, really, I'd say. Still, it somehow works out for BC.Game. Well, 3-5 certainly looks a lot better than 1-5, but I'm gonna have to see a little bit more here, you know. I feel like this is getting really weird to the point where anything can happen, really. This would be the round to break Nexus's economy as well, so this is a huge run for BC.Game to win, just because of that fact. It would give them quite the edge, something that they have been looking for. Not even the edge, really, you know, they'll just give them the chance to at least make it a close game, which would be a great place to be in after how this whole game starts. Now what separates them from it is this rather heavy A-side defense. I guess Nexus is not one of those teams to put really many resources towards mid, which I think is not a good call. I can't deny that they've gotten 5 rounds, but really that was off of BC.Game's mistakes here. But wait, are we pushing? We're doing this, huh? We're pushing through a smoke. Well, guess what? Actually, 1 for 1, not too bad. Raga does get the frag, but he's low now. Prime Tabs gets him, and that's a crazy play from BC.Game, but they still crack open the site. And now, that B-bomb site, I mean, we all know how difficult it really is to retake it, so this is gonna be rather difficult to convert. Ooh, we're timing Sesanito with 1, over-aggresses. Can't believe he pushes out of that position there. Like, BC.Game just cannot stop making mistakes. Now shot miss from Guardian, and this push will be coming through. How does Guardian survive alive there? That is insane. And so just Zello left with the op. No time really to go for the clutch. He's looking to peek and will be taken down. No double op setup. Would be quite crazy for the T side, but BC.Game convert around. Didn't really have the chance of converting, perhaps. Still can't believe they pushed through the smoke on B. It did work out for them. So 4 on the board and now up against the Pistols. I mean, surely not again. We've seen this once. We've seen this once, guys. No, we already saw once that USP, that infamous USP round that Nexus convert. So, you know, I'm still not too confident they put the 5th on the board here, really. Well, alright then. Let's see how much more is left in the tank here. That's a bit of a tag up. I mean, I can't believe that they've lost this round, man. This is insanity. BC.Game, they just cannot stop losing up against just pistols. That is their biggest issue here. Just those pesky little pistols. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to convert, but it just all falls apart. 2 more rounds to go in this half. Crazy. Well, I guess, you know, they just want to play up against rifles. They have had better performances. If you just look at the raw stats, I mean, they've converted with better percentages. Got it out of my system. They've converted with better percentages up against rifles than they did up against pistols. So, you know, that's something for you. Two more rounds to go in this half, really. Let's see what's in store for us. I'm seeing a rather slow T-side here from BC.Game. Certainly not a team to over-aggress foolishly. Well, we did see them having some troubles where they run out of time on Anubis. So, well, 30 seconds left. This has to be the execute. 2 to deny it. Has been the same setup all game long. A really dry CE side in the sense that nothing gets switched. It's very conventional, very conservative. Push comes through. They jump down, but BTN does get Lecro. Still looking for more, but this becomes 10 seconds. Like, you got a plant here, sure. Sessanito gets BTN, but still, you need the plant. Guardian, what it, huh? He knifes Sessanito in the air, and this is just horrible. They plant the bomb, only Prime Tap's left alive as he falls as well. I think BC.Game, they just cannot stop making mistakes, man. They've lost twice up against USPs, and now in a round where maybe there's a chance to convert, Guardian just knifes while fully blinded. Well, in the air. Alright. Okay, I saw that knife kill coming through. I was like, Guardian, that's an insane play. How did you make that one happen? Oh, that's how. Yeah, BC.Game, I mean, talk about not being able to stop making mistakes, man. This is looking so dry. Right now from them. How does that not connect on Zello? He misses the second as well. Prime Taps. I mean, if there is one guy who has been at least getting kills, getting impact, it has been Prime Taps. He's on 13 and 9, really trying to push his team ahead. Still a 3v3. And BC.Game, I just don't feel like they can really close this out in 2. With how many misses? Another miss. I don't know about this matchup, man. Something is just so off. Everything feels just so weird. All the engagements are... Half the game is like a face it 5v level 5 stack, you know. Yeah, the swing comes through. Raga is gonna get Quartz. And so Lecro taken down as well. Nexus put the 8th on the board. Real bad game from BC.Game here. Next up will be Ancient, and I say next up will be. That knife there, insanity. I don't know, Nexus with the 4-round lead. I mean, we'll see how the pistol goes. So far, actually, BC.Game are 3 for 3 in the pistol department, so, you know, that's maybe their saving grace here. So we'll see if they're able to convert the pistol. Alright, the pistol then. Let's see how this one goes. BC.Game, with how bad they performed in the first half, I don't really see this going their way, even if the pistol is converted. I don't know why they just look so tilted. Like, it simply doesn't look like a game where they have any kind of a saying, any kind of an upper hand. Now, the P250 will find one long range. Trying to get away now. And Prime Taps at least gets a lot of information here, like certainly it won't be B. Nice headshot, a double actually, and again, the pistols, I mean, should be going their way, although Adron somehow eliminates both towards long. This is a double setup, how do they... I don't even know, I'm not asking any more questions, man. Adron was on 100 HP as well, so he killed 2-3 now. And well, BC.Game on the backstab. Looking to salvage this pistol round. Can't exactly get it. So, that's 9 on the board for Nexus. They lose their first pistol. BC.Game, man, like, you gotta fix some problems. We'll have a 10-minute break here, as I really think this is going to Ancient. Like, I don't know if that's enough time, but you just gotta talk about what's happening right now. You can't deny this is just horrible game being played. Well, alright, I don't think the pistols are really gonna convert. In fact, it's not the pistols, it's the Force, so... I do have the 5.7 in the mix, but... BC.Game need rounds, so that's why they force. They don't wanna just give the USP round away, but this just smells of 11 for Nexus, man. Just reeks of it. Sassanito is gonna get Raga. Zello with the refrag, though. At least some life in this game, in that sense. Adron with the frag, and so Nexus, slowly but surely, they're confidently eliminating these players. Guardian, overwhelmed, but Quartz finds one with the UMP. And now, Nexus, what are we doing here? We're going towards A, yeah, that is the correct call. Although Lekro is on the other side, taken down. But he does get one. And look at the HPs of BTN and Sierra Cardao, like... This is 1-2 bullets. The AK has been picked up as well. This really is the best of 3 of how many mistakes can you make. And moving in towards long, this is difficult to convert because you're low HP, like long range, 1 bullet connected and you go down. They know they don't have to peek. I think they spot 2. So actually dropping towards elevators is a smart choice. Trying to rush in, it's the one, but Guardian with the refrag. Left for the clutch, he knows the other one should have been on site. As he's trying to spot BTN, time is low, and BTN does connect the headshot. So, a very flimsy round, but Nexus do convert up against the force buy. And now BC.Game sent back to just pistols here. Well, alright then, it is gonna be the Force again. I mean, no other choice for BC.Game here really, but that choice isn't exactly pretty as, yeah, Sassanito will deal with one, that's Adron gone. It's a good start. And they pick up the Galil, I believe, as well. But now the A execute. Everyone in the correct positions, it's simply the low riflery that should be the issue. Sierra Cardao finds one, Zello with a frag on prime taps as well. And, well, the player on site maybe. Maybe Lekro can do something. No, it's gonna be Sassanito actually with the Galil. And now Lekro found, so the FAMAS player still not eliminated. Guardian goes down, but again a close round. At least BC.Game make it close. But Sassanito 1v2. Surely you just don't peek him, right? Surely you just hold angles and stay strong. Yeah, and there's gonna be the conversion. Sierra Cardao converts. 11th on the board for Nexus, and I don't want to use strong language here, but I really feel like, you know, deserved. And this is a deserved loss, really, is what I'd call it. for BC.Game. Sure, we have 2 more rounds to go, but I'm not even entertaining the possibility that, you know, anything else happens here other than that. A tough loss on your map pick. Because you're just making too many mistakes, man. Like, this is not normally. This is not normally for sure. As BTN will find the frag on prime taps. This again being the 4s. There's a hero M4, I guess, but, you know, nothing really left in the mix. Bit of a slower round here, but ultimately should be the conversion. Nexus haven't really struggled where BC.Game have, which is just converting basic rounds. Twice now BC.Game lost up against the pistols, and Nexus, at least for now, not looking to make the same mistake. Electro caught in a bad place, eliminated. The nade is there as well, so confidently converted here by Nexus. It's gonna be the map point, and just one more round to take us to Ancient. Nexus show up with a big performance. But to be honest, really, you know, we gotta talk about BC.Game, man. What is happening to them? What is the problem, really? I don't get it. Just all looks so flimsy, so many mistakes made in so many different departments. I mean, I don't want to keep trashing them, but I kind of have to. I guess at least we get a fast game, you know. We're just gonna be heading to the 3rd, like, yeah, fine, you know, that just happened. Not cool exactly, but Molly, so many weird engagements. They do get the refrag, and so a 3v4, Sessanito, Quartz, and Prime taps to do it all here, really. And the util comes in, so does the nade. It will be a 10-minute break before map 3, yeah. Player advantage, although Sior Kardao is really low. Try to tag him up. Surely they just convert this one, right? There's one player on A. It has to be a Sessanito masterclass. He drops down actually, but... Huh? How? Cheetah. Adron gets a headshot. Not sure how through the smoke, but he spots him. Now Quartz arrives in place. Maybe he can get one out of this. I mean, not really the best refrag potential here. They throw in the molly. Yeah, that's one. Playing anti-flash. Eliminated. So, Prime taps. Eliminated as well. It's going to be Nexus on 13. BC.Game just break here. They're not able to put much on the board. Alright then. Let's see what they can do in this performance. Ooh, it's gonna be a nice pickup. Just the one now for Sior Kardao. I mean, it's just the pistols, so this should be going the way that we expect. Zello and Raga are gonna get the frags. It's easily shut down. Will be the 2nd on the board for Nexus here. Well, let's see how many more then. I think this is almost a dead game at this point. I know, it's very early to say that, but I don't know. Maybe it was just dust too, you know, something bites them on dust too, but man, it was troublesome. So, not having the highest hopes right now. Maybe that will change. Hopefully it does, because right now, I mean, this rifle run has to be converted. It's a pickup from Quartz, and Lekro gets another. So this Nexus low buy, but still, Sior Kardao with the double. And the MP9s still remain in the picture. But a 2v2 is going to be underway. Problem is the smoke is down towards connector, so you can't exactly just go for this easily. Like, you gotta figure out a different approach. This could be one way to do it, I guess. Ooh, Prime Tabs does get the frag, and Zello with the refrag, but low time will lay down the molly, spots the player, but can't exactly defuse. So at this point, just gonna pick up the AK and decide to get away, try to save it. Hey, at least BC.Game convert that. AK not saved, but the first round on the board for BC.Game. Good start. Alright, fourth round of play then. I'm gonna be seeing how this one goes. Ooh, towards long is the aggression actually. Alright, they try to run him down and then they do. Kurz gets the flag. BC.Game certainly looking a lot more alive than they did on Dust 2. What is happening? Somehow a double refrag and actually a 3v2 now. So what looked great has now since fallen apart. And again, this game has just been chaos all across the board. I really think, you know, that's the main word you can use here. Just raw, unfiltered chaos. Just dumb round after dumb round. Especially Dust 2. I mean, you know, rewatch Anubis overtime as well. I don't know, man. I feel like this is one of the weirder games I've watched all week. All month, actually, you know? Like, this has just been quite the showing. Let's say that. The bomb plant is gonna come through. It's a 1v2 for Cesanito. Low HPs on both players, actually, so... I mean, everyone is low. It's literally one bullet to decide how this goes. I like this from Cesanito. I think it's a smart play, especially on the low HP. But do they get on the defuse immediately? No, they don't. So Cesanito arrives, but they're expecting this, and he's low HP and gets taken down. Was the long defuse, was an alright play from Cesanito, but awareness is there from Sio Cardao, so they'll just get the frags and they'll convert around. Alright then. The pistols are whipped out for BC.Game. Nexus still remain in the lead here, and now just looking to rather easily convert it to 4. BC.Game were having such huge troubles on Dust 2 converting up against the lower pistol buys. Now let's see if that is a trouble here as well. It seems like Prime Taps will get the headshot actually. I mean, Zello, he has been good all game long, but he gets aggressive. This boost will just... Oh my god! He's lucky to be alive there. Raga really saves his bottom there. As you to lay down, they will still find the plant, and it's crazy that they get this out of this round. I mean, trouble converting up against pistols seems like to be the problem for both teams, really. As now players arriving. Ooh, weird timing there. Ben BTN rather does. What, like, huh? Guardian gets taken down. The refrag, the double though from, and that should be it though. Squirts tries to get away. Raga not exactly in a position to convert, so I can't believe this, man. We just keep seeing this game. This game of mistakes, really. You know, who makes more mistakes? Yeah, I don't even know at this point. Nobody can stop making mistakes, man. How is that? How is this a thing? Like, We go map number 3, but it's just chaos all across the board, really. Now, timeout called. I definitely think I needed one with one that has just transpired. Alright. Still a round lead here, but Nexus, you know, they look to show signs of breaking as well. I'm gonna try to push in. Zello will get the frag. Looking for more. Gets a little bit nasty, but Sassanito still gets it. Raga with the insta-refrag headshot though. And so the bomb plant will be going down. But that's gonna be it. Nicely done. A good conversion for sure. Something that they were looking for. As BC.Game put the third on the board, they equalize. Nexus now on their last cash here, really. They're starting to sweat a little bit, perhaps. I mean, we saw this on the first map as well. I think, honestly, the reason why Dust 2 is, like, so one-sided is just because Nexus didn't make mistakes and BC.Game kept making them. It wasn't that Nexus played amazing or great or it was just this, you know, incredible performance on Dust 2. No, it was simply just BC.Game making mistakes. And now we get both sides doing it, like just trying to walk through a smoke, so this just gets shut down. And Nexus, they're in a really low buy. They look to convert, but a 2v5, and with how things have went in this match, I don't call it over before it is. Again, a game of mistakes, really, and I wouldn't really count it out of the possibility that, you know, this is yet another mistake where you lose a 2v5. Especially since Nexus have kind of ranked up the speed at which they make these. Rather, like that, like, See how Cardao just burns down. Alright, 2v3, I mean, becomes more and more convertible by the second. As the bomb seems like is looking to head towards that A site. Slowly but surely they advance towards A. As the swing comes in, this is now confirmed. It's a smart decision by Nexus to just play it slowly. And so 23 on the clock, and I mean, it's a 1v3. Guardian, as good as he was on the first map, second map, I mean, he literally knifed a teammate while fully blind and in the air. I mean, that was really his highlight of map number 2, you know. So here, yeah, just given no chances. Probably taken down, no AK saved. Nexus do convert the fourth. BC, man, I wouldn't really put my hopes up. Zello to open up on Sassanito. This BC.Game, I mean, that's Raga with another. This BC.Game attack is looking a bit dry. Yeah, it's only the pistols because their economy gets eliminated. It's a nice headshot to at least, you know, get yourself on the site. Actually, all the noise is made there, but still, the rifles are going to be good. And Nexus will convert the fifth. Well, plenty of rounds to go in this half, 4 to be exact. Nexus have had a good side on the CT of Ancient. If we look at their Ancient wins and losses, it's 3 wins and 11 losses, but actually their CD side is on 49%, so it's not one of those teams that really excels on the T side. I think they still need a solid CT side here. 5, I wouldn't exactly call that enough. I think they're looking for the 6 or 7. Now, for the side of BC.Game, their Ancient certainly looks better, but it's actually split bang equal across the table, 50-50 for them. So both these teams, you know, wouldn't say that they're on the stronger side, wouldn't say that they're on the weaker, as, you know, all the percentages are so equal. So, for now, you can probably, you know, you can pretty much take the scoreboard as it is. Nexus are leading by 2, and that lead won't change too much as we get to the second half. They can hold on to it. Oh, finally eliminated. Prime Taps makes so much noise that they just get bored of him. You know, stop just shooting around. You'll get punished for it. So, we'll get this A-side attack. Raga fully flashed. How is he? Now he's spotted. But BC.Game have cracked open the site. Ooh, Zello and BTN though, they get huge 2-double there. Kurtz with the frag, low HPs, and they have to get the plant down. It's 10 seconds to go. Everyone is so low HP. Good lord, look at the HPs there. But Kurtz still eliminates, and now position of Surkar down. No, he gets the first nose, or the upper is another shot missed, and it's a 1v2 clutch for Sio Cardao as he plays it perfectly. Knows the op is a one-shot weapon, so deals with the other player in the meanwhile. And then, I mean, just so many misses from the op. 1 fine, 2 fine, but 3 is not gonna go over well as Nexus win out a crucial round. It was such a huge conversion from them there. For 1, they put themselves on 6. For 2, they now set BC.Game up a little bit. V2 clutch there. Misses, so many misses from Kurtz. I mean, he's not exactly the upper, you know, you'd be looking at Guardian for that role, but still a lot of problems. And now just the pistol should be the 7th on the board for Nexus. As Raga gets Sassanito, Molly forces BTN off the angle, I think. And this right here. What is that, brother? Weird Molly, still should be no problems posed. This game is just chaos, man. Like, so many mistakes from... If there's one thing that's not changing is that BC.Game keep making huge mistakes. In every single map we've seen, Nexus is kind of 50-50, you know. They make a lot of mistakes on Anubis, that's why they lose it in overtime that they force themselves. Now, Dust 2, they don't make mistakes, so looking good. And now on Ancient, I mean... certainly have done their rounds of making very questionable decisions, but it seems like in these last couple of rounds they have found the lead. Now leading by 4, 7 on the scoreboard, and as we figured out, both these teams have pretty much 50-50 T and CT sides. BC.Game need to make a comeback in these last 2 rounds. This is a bye round, so next one, even with the max loss bonus, gonna be maybe Galil Force, right? So you gotta win it here. It's gonna be a bit slower than I expected, perhaps. Slow round, I mean, they know what's at stake here. It will be finally the aggression, but it will be punished by Quartz, and refrag, yeah, BTN just decides to get away. Meanwhile, Raga will get one through mid. I don't know how, but he shots through the smoke, through the head. It's a good refrag, but the problem really is the time here. We've seen this problem from BC.Game plenty of times where they just let the clock win it out, and now as they're looking to head towards A, there's nobody there except for Zero Cardao, but with the low time, I mean, if he's in a good position to just deny the plant, which he is looking to do, peeks in, and ooh, the molly, but now they still stick it. Swing comes in, Prime taps with the frag, though everyone is so low, but seems like they have clutched it out. I wouldn't exactly call it skill, it's a lucky conversion to be fair. Zello, oh my god, he gets one. How does Prime... Huh? Almost a second. I mean, they're looking real worried right now. But Zello does miss that shot, so... This should be where it ends, although BTN, what is this timing? He gets one, looking for Guardian, but Guardian can just play the time game, still gets the elimination? Surely not, yeah. There's just simply not enough time. But still, he eliminates two, and this just looks so shaky. Even though even the rounds or BC.Game convert, I'm like, oh, you know, on my edges, on the edge of my seat, like, I don't know, man. Maybe they won't. Zello has been a stellar performer for the side of Nexus all throughout this best of 3. Has been putting a lot of rounds on the board, has just been securing a lot of potential in this game as well. 11 kills. Kind of middle of the scoreboard actually, because two players are not doing the best. This is going to be the quick execute towards A, but Zello just talked about the guy, and this is the type of stuff he has been doing all best of 3 long. Zero Cardao gets double of his own. This is just a quick shutdown. And it will be the 8th on the board for Nexus. We'll get into the second half. Maybe the one saving grace that BC.Game have is being good in converting the pistols, you know. Maybe if they can do that again, they can put themselves in a position where they're able to get a couple more on the board. Really no grasping at straws at this point, but the way how things have been going for these last 2 maps for BC.Game, I mean, you gotta. Not looking pretty at all. We see a Deagle on Prime taps. Wait, what do we see? Is it a Deagle or a 5.7? That looks like a Deagle. Oh, dualies. Right. Yeah, thank you. I forget, you know, on most HUDs you see 2 weapons when you buy the dualies, but when you don't, sometimes I get confused. Alright, well, that makes more sense. A P250 on Zello, and this B site, I mean, there's not really any defense. That's only helps as a spot for BC.Game. So nobody else is on site. Guardian, though, with a great headshot, and that kind of slows down the attack here, as they'll probably have to find other avenues of attack. Sassanito with the dualies again, so yeah, I mean, one staple of BC.Game really winning the pistol is good that, you know, they're at least looking to do it again. Although I wouldn't call it over before it's over here with the way how BC.Game have been playing. What is that, brother? Well, now it should be. Surely. Okay. That's one. Draga falls, and hey, BTN might get a plant out of this, although I think the timing is that, you know, he'll have to kill one of these players. Yeah, he'll have to deal with Sassanito, who he's not ready for. BC.Game put the round on the board. Again, pistol is the saving grace, but it has been the rifles that they've been struggling with, and as both teams are actually 50-50 for the T and CT side, this would still have to be BC.Game making quite the comeback and just stopping to make mistakes, really, which we, you know, they've just have not been able to stop making mistakes all throughout this whole game. Guardian and Quartz with the frags. BC.Game slowly but surely they deal with the Glocks, which honestly the fact that they lost 2 buys to just Glocks, I mean, that's a little bit crazy. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna be happening. The burst doesn't work out. So moving on, Quartz will get the frag. I mean, BC.Game have just found another life in this. Get the opening frag. This is the rifle buy as well, but Nexus will get the bomb site. It's a bit of an overlook here to pretty much have nobody on B, especially like you didn't lose a single player, you just left nobody on B. And there was this cave aggression, but it's gonna be a free plant for Nexus here. Adron with the refrag on Quartz, but he has done quite a damage here. 2 frags on the board. And plenty of time to go for the retake. It's this boost position which I actually like. I think it could be good for maybe a frag. Well, yeah, that's a boost. BTN punishes, but Lecro, BTN with the double, and now has to be the 4-piece. Has gotten 2. Needs 2 more. They tap the bomb, but it's a long defuse. He sprays them down 1, and maybe the double. As they tap it again, there's just no time. I can't believe BC.Game lose this. Oh, brother. I mean, BTN, I gotta give it to him. An amazing performance. 4-piece kill. And this one doing really good to put Nexus on 9. But man, is that a tilter for BC.Game. 3-6 time on BC. Good luck. This round, again, it's just another big mistake. And that's what we've been seeing all game long, really. Well, as we enter into this round, it's the pistols, the MP9s to do it. Otherwise, double digits for Nexus. Five, 7, we'll get one but eliminated. Still a 3v3 though, and oh my god, it's the elimination from Cesanito. Just... Alright, cool it down, Nexus. I think that's the call here. Like, this is still possible to be double digits for Nexus, but BC.Game have put in quite the effort with this force buy. Just the 5-7s and the MP9, I mean, they're doing a pretty good job. Now 10 seconds, they will just go for the plant. There's nobody really to deny it. No planting in the smoke, they could have gotten spammed, but no, it doesn't happen. And oh my god, Guardian finds it with the Deagle. He has been looking real sharp with the Deagle today. So now the MP9, and Zelo's Galil has to find 2. Guardian is low, so will be the instant headshot on him, but 2 need to be found here. As Zelo retreats back, he might have spotted 1, but they overwhelm, they swing together, and BC.Game somehow, some way win this out. It's really a battle of who makes the less mistakes, and you know, everyone doing it right now. 7-9 the scoreboard. Seems like we have a little bit more life left in this game. Alright then, it's gonna be the pistols, Tech 9s, the Eagles. Really throwing everything at the wall and hoping something sticks here from the side of Nexus. And this kind of has been the problem, like, as soon as one of these teams wanted to close out on Anubis, you know, they just made so many mistakes that it wasn't possible. And although Dust 2 doesn't follow same suit, why do I feel like this is only gonna get weirder as we get into the late stages of this game, late stages of the second half? Frag for frag, they are going to try to execute towards A, and Lekro overwhelmed. So that is a double opener towards the A side. There's nobody really who can help. And so the bomb plant comes through, but it's quick aggression to put 2 on the board. BTN with the refrag, but now just left BTN in the clutch. You know exactly where he is. Oh my god, he gets that frag. Defuse kit is in play. And all that BC.Game really have to do is stick it there. But, oh, BTN just knows exactly where that player is, sprays him down, and that's Nexus on double digits after all. Slowly but surely, they just wind BC.Game down here. Well, alright then, the pistols, oh, they could do quite something here. I mean, we've seen this all game long. BTN trying to run down that player, but Guardian gets one on Circa down. So a 3v3, Adron will get the refrag, and so the plant will be coming through. But this game, man, this game has just been absolute chaos. All across the board. So many mistakes made, really, by both teams. And now we get to this point where Nexus just look primed to win this. After all the trouble, all the problems that they've gone through, they once again simply make a little bit less mistakes. And they can convert up against the pistols, which is such a big issue on Dust 2 for BC.Game. No, it's very close. It's going to be the 11th on the board, and now a tech pause, actually. So, we'll see what happens after it. Nobody has left the server, so maybe some personal issues. We'll see. Just 2 more rounds is what it takes here, really. Ooh, aggression from BC.Game. Alright, I guess a little bit of a change of pace here. Hoping that maybe this works. But the slow play here from Nexus. They're not looking to make any mistakes. They know what's at stake here. They've done so well to get themselves even to this third map. I mean, Dust 2, the second map was BC.Game's pick. They were a game up. They should have converted it. And now it's really just this forced buy of pistols to convert it. But this gets problematic because they're walking right into the trap. And, oh, it gets nasty. They spot these players. Surely they don't want to push through. Raga will still get the frag, but they do decide to push through. And so, frag for frag, they are able to win it out. 2v3 now. And even though that's such a dangerous engagement to actually go for the execution after you have the info, well, maybe Electro has something to say. I mean, if there's one thing that's been working out for the side of BC.Game, it has been the Deagles. Like, they found so many great openings with them. And now, fading in the smoke. Zello has 10 seconds here. He just simply doesn't have time. Oh my god, it's the Deagles to win it out. Man, this is a crazy match. BC.Game with 8 here, and yeah, they win with the Deagles. They win out a 2v3 with the Deagles, man. That is crazy. Absolute madness here. Look, we saw double overtime on the first map. Maybe I'm crazy for saying this, but I don't see how overtime is out of the picture here. Like, everything that has transpired, like, wouldn't exactly call it an impossibility. So attack pause again. We had plenty of these, but ultimately it's going to be Nexus on now, the lower buy, which will mean that there's a chance BC.Game can get to 9, and at that point, oh, Quartz is left, but yeah, at that point, 9 to 11, I mean, that's a close scoreline. That is, especially in late stages of a game, up to luck in a lot of ways. So waiting for Quartz to rejoin, not sure what the issue is here. I kind of just want to be done with this game, man. I know it's a quarters, like this should be exciting, but it's just really just been a game of so many mistakes on both sides. Like, sometimes you're just like, man, you know, this, this is not just pleasant to watch it. That's the case for this matchup, in my opinion. BC.Game have had such big troubles just converting pretty basic rounds. Another side of things, Nexus have done better, but I wouldn't exactly call it great. Like, they've had their fair share of troubles as well. Alright, tech pause. Fixed, game resumed. Surely the 9th for BC.Game, right? But we said this on Dust 2 as well, and guess what? They lost up against a full USP eco on Dust 2, and then they also lost up against like 5-7s or something. Oh my god, and Zello gets the frag. I mean, that's a big opener. They want to get their hands on that rifle. Prime Taps will peek in, and he will get 1. And we'll get 2, so that should be the shutdown now. Even though... certainly mistakes have been made in BC.Game. I mean, just the weaponry there is unbeatable. Ooh, well, one more deagle shot then. Good smoke. What's the call here, really? I don't really get it. You guys just taking them down one by one. 9-11. This is where things get fun. This is where we can start, perhaps, you know, talking about the possibility of a comeback. As Nexus will be buying up. If they lose this round, they're sent back to just pistols. So the advancement towards mid is the call. Ooh, Raga there. Gets lit up, but Guardian gets the frag, and they can't really refrag him, even though he gets dinked, I believe. Probably with the Galil. Prime Taps has been good in these previous 2 rounds. He finds another frag. They're trying to run him down, and they do, but are they aware of this long aggression? That's the real question. Seems like they are. A little bit of a weird timing, but Zello, yeah, gets the frag together with Adron. That was not the aggression that they needed to go for, and so BC.Game lose another player now. Guardian is on pretty much non-existent HP as well, though Electro will find a frag, and to be honest, Guardian is on an op, so that low HP doesn't matter as much. Electro already putting in the rotation. He knows it will most likely be A. And timing is everything here. Do they check this? They are checking this. They just tap the bomb and they swing him out in the open, so it's gonna have to be the old guard. Quite literally. Guardian on for the 1v2 clutch. Bomb plant comes through, and ooh, it's gonna be the pickup from Guardian. He's such on low HP, like, he just needs to hit the shot. No way. Raga, what? Okay. Goes for the swing, which in my opinion is crazy, but it's still gonna be working out, so all good for Nexus there as they put the 12th on the board. This has been quite the eventful game. So many mistakes made really by BC.Game. Eventually they did find a way how to punch back. They made it somewhat close. Guardian gets the opener frag. This is again a lower buy round. I mean, they literally put all the money they have in this, but not all is not much, but it's a nice backstab here. This should just be the second frag. Oh, Cesanito not only gets the frag, but confirms all information. So now as they're going A, Steel Cordell will find Lecro, so A side's still open. Surely not a 3v5. I mean, it would really, you know, show how this whole game has went if you lose a 3v5 now. Molly laid down, Cesanito has to retreat back, and so Nade won't do much, but they know about these positions, really. That's weird from Raga. I mean, he just gets taken down for free. 2v4 now. All players heading in. One, the double from Adron, though. Prime Taps gets one, and a 1v2, fully flashed. Low HP's Adron with the swing, but Cesanito, the hero of this round, will get it. So BC.Game do put the double digits on the board. And cash is actually not the best for Nexus here, so I think we might be seeing another game going right down to the wire. Might even be going right down to regulation time here. This was a crazy double from Adron to, you know, make it possible, but ultimately down to just one player. 12 the scoreline, and Nexus choose to go just on a full eco. Their cash has not been looking too good, so not even going to buy a deagle, which is a little bit weird. I feel like Zero Cardao certainly could have gotten one. Push comes through, smoke down, and... Oh, Zero Cardao has a deagle, my bad. Either way, there should be 11 on the board for BC.Game, so really going the distance here, aren't we? I mean, respect for BC.Game for keeping it close, because, you know, Dusty was so disastrous, and even on Ancient they make so many mistakes, so the fact that they can at least hold on, I mean, good job. Good for you. But you gotta find a couple more. Sessanito with the double, and it's just Zero Cardao left alive, and he will be taken down as well. So, man, we see almost triple overtime on the first map. I don't know if this is gonna be happening here, but for now, very close. A very close game for sure. And to be honest, like, it's not one of those games where it's like, oh, excitement, you know, overtime again. This is one of those games where you just kind of want to close your eyes and wait for it to end. I'll be honest, I feel like the people in the chat as well, you know, all the messages I've seen, like, how do you lose that? That is a really question for both teams here, you know, how do you make all these mistakes? Well, one more round to prove who is the better team. Flashes come in. BTN trying to go for some wallbang action there. Trying to spot someone, just playing with what's given here. But he has to be careful he doesn't get wallbanged himself. I mean, that's a very common wallbang to go for. You can certainly get frags out of it. So setting up towards A, this execute has to be perfect. There's only two defenders. Util will be coming in, but it's Lekro on the ob this time. And they go for the boost, which is a little bit of a nice play. Because Lekro could be spotted here. Oh, he checks for the boost. He gets the frag. And that is starting to look like overtime. Although Zero Cardao does get the frag on Sessanito. What's the call here? 40 seconds. They don't want to go A because they saw what just happened. Quartz with a big swing in and gets Raga. And so now B is shut out of the option pool. And if you go A, I mean, there's a triple setup there almost. Lekro with the op, huh? Could this be how they force overtime? It's a bit of a weird call. 3v4, 20 seconds. This has to be perfect. Oh my god, they're not. They think this might be B. Lekro still gets one with the op. And so 15, Guardian with another, and we're going overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 overtimes in a single best of 3. Not what you usually get, but it is what we'll see in this one. This BC.Game somehow, some way, find the inner strength to fall on, to hold on. And we enter overtime. Well, alright then. I mean, I'm all for close and exciting games, but hopefully this overtime delivers. Nexus, well, what they couldn't do in those last 3 rounds, they can just easily do, it seems like, in the overtime, as they get a pretty big triple there. And that will be hard to combat. Yeah, as I say that, Prime taps with the refrag. At least gets 1 on the board. Plan comes through though. Now I think just trying to get away. Alright, Nexus, I mean... yeah, I guess it was just a mental thing then to close out things, because as soon as you enter overtime and stakes are not that high, they just find an answer.
Terrorists win.
Well, bomb explodes. 13 on the board for Nexus. It really does seem like their T side is a little bit better than their CT, although there have been struggles, there have been issues. I'd say a lot of the rounds that BC.Game really converted on the CT side were bonus rounds. They weren't exactly rifle v rifle, so I think in the rifle v rifle department, Nexus for sure the favorites, but you know, we've seen plenty of crazy stuff. Losing this wouldn't be too out of the ordinary. How you know the whole best of 3 has been going. Alright, push towards mid. This has been the call in the previous round. This was and did work out, and this time they take control of mid again. Now, it doesn't exactly mean everything. It means that you still have to find these players, and well, there you go. BTN does exactly that. Finds Squirts. Ooh, big nade there. Guardian with the op. I mean, he has really had a 50-50 performance. Like, either he does very well or it just all falls apart. And in this round, I mean, kind of in the middle, to be honest. Like, he just has to get away. It's a plan down, but this is hard to get yourself back in the side. There you go. Guardian gets a frag. Time is not really on BC.Game's side here. Like, they have to peek, and they have to peek soon. They try to push in. We'll be the info. Oh, the backstab. Wait, how does the backstab now? Oh my god, Prime taps with such a huge fumble. Sure, Electro might get the frag, but BTN with another just Guardian left in this. And again, BC.Game, you know, making all the mistakes. They can force overtime, but it seems like nothing really changes. So we're going to be having 14 on the board for Nexus. Ooh, Sassanito with the frag. Maybe this is what they needed. It certainly is. I mean, when you've been in a kill drought, not even talking about rounds, like, you just need somebody to open up. Zello with the frag, Adran with another though, and this just looks like dominance from Nexus. They're looking to revenge what happened on Anubis, where they were not able to close out in overtime. This is almost a flawless T side. The only thing stopping them really here. Just prime tabs, but I say that, I mean, how realistic is this really? That's the question. So this should be all that we see. If the bomb gets planted, that will be one. Okay. Prime taps with one. Maybe I need something else. He arrives, gets spotted, gets taken down. 15 for Nexus. We enter the second half. 3 chances for them to close out. They're on map point, match point. Trying to lock in that ticket to the semifinals. To do it, just need one round. But to be honest, we saw this on Anubis, where, you know, we saw pretty much flawless CT side, where 6 rounds were converted on the CT, 3 on both sides. Now, chance for T side to show itself as the dominant side in the matchup. Just one round is all they need. This is going to be the attack towards B. BTN caught in a bad position. They will molly him out as well. And I mean, there's just nothing he can do. Oh my god, the smoke. The help there from a drone is huge. He should not have been alive there. But this is what, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, really. And that's a conversion that they'll be so happy about. Prime taps with the frag though. Refrag is in place on Adron. He has to get away. Good luck doing that. He does. Now, 4v4, but look at this from Raga. Big advancement. They will expect it now, but he does get a kill out of it. It's a double swinging. Quartz with the one. Refrag there from Adron. And another one in. So this just looks like it's gonna be it. Lecro left in the 1v3. Mollied out as well. As they get on the defuse, the spam. Not exactly lined up correctly as the bomb gets defused. Nexus puts 16 on the board.